talk about offset. So basically offset is the difference between the line of the shaft, front line here, the shaft, and the front line of the face. So the face on my iron is slightly set back, so away from target here, than the front line of the shaft. Where on this bladed iron here, it's almost the same. There's a slight amount of offset, but it's tiny. It leads into the leading edge a little bit more. And what does this mean for you and your performance, those kind of ideas? So the general rule of thumb is better player clubs, so bladed irons, those kind of thinner clubs, tend to have less offset. Game improvement, and the more you game improvement into irons, the more you go into game improvement irons, the more they set the club back. Setting that club back allows them to get more weight back as well, which is good for MOI, trying to keep ball speeds up across the face. It allows them to do a little bit more with the club. But the difference actually in performance is really, really small. And for most people, what the biggest difference is they look at an offset iron and go, I don't like the look of that. And they look at a non-offset iron and they go, oh yeah, that looks like what I'm used to. I like the look of that. I could play that. So you're really dialing into what people perceive that offset will do and what it does to their thinking that the club will do in performance. So what it'll impart onto the ball. Because the belief, the idea, the more offset you have is the more the ball will go to the left. The less offset you have, the more it'll go kind of straight and maybe even leak a little bit more to the right. Do you find that with everyday golfers? Not really so much. Their mess is way bigger than what that offset does. So if you're someone who picks up a club and you're thinking, is it important that I understand what the offset does? And you look at two clubs and you have no feelings between an offset one and a non-offset one, then don't worry about it. Just literally, it's not going to be of concern. For golfers who are concerned about it, you know, they look at one, they don't like the look of it, I would definitely say personally to test. Like, does it actually make a difference, or is it just literally what you're looking at? I use more offset irons now than I ever have done, purely because I like the fact that it's a game improvement iron, stronger lofted iron that allows me to feel like I have a little bit of help when I'm trying to max out distance. The fact it doesn't actually do that when I test it is irrelevant. That's just what plays into my mind and my feels. Don't get bogged down in offset or non-offset unless you really want to, and if you do, go with whatever feels better, because the performance differences, it's not huge.